All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to be doing a should you summon for the new assault mode Estarossa that'll be coming in about 5 days on global, about 6 hours on JP approximately. I don't know the exact time it drops. I'm praying I get him, I guess, on my JP to summon, but I only have 160 gems for the showcase, so probably not, because he has a very bad banner. I will not lie, but we'll go through his kit first, his banner, and yeah. Comment down below if you're going to be summoning, subscribe if you are new, and let's hop on in. So he has a whole college essay paragraph for his passive. Like, dude, they can barely fit the font in here anymore. Remember Lost Veins? Like, what was Lost Veins? I just want to see the comparison. So, Lost Veins? Like, the passives are getting ridiculous. Like, look at that. There's like 15 words, maybe. Okay, there's a bit more, but... And then they have like 100. So take a deep breath, and also he's blue, and you can't tell. Applies 1 stack of darkness on enemy whenever a demon ally or ally with commandment deals damage. When there are 4 more stacks of darkness, applies encroachment on the enemy for 1 turn. In addition, for every darkness, increases all allies' basic stats by 5% up to 10 times. I did not see that part. Okay, that's pretty good then. And then darkness. Increased damage received by 10%, max of 5 stacks. Encroachment, the new one, is decreases all stats by 40% and removes darkness effect when this effect is removed. Unstackable. So you can't stack it. I believe you cannot cleanse the darkness as well until you actually apply the encroachment, and I don't think immunity works. Like if you like get Escanor immunity like turn 3, or Green Escanor, for example, he has immunity. Not saying you're using them, just saying for an example. A lot of people are like, why would you use Escanor? And I'm like, it's an example, bro. Shut up. I assume you have to actually cleanse the debuff off to get rid of the darkness. You would probably get rid of the encroachment, but I don't know if you would get rid of the darkness gray debuffs. So yeah, there's that. Very cracked passive. I think his passive carries him. It's very, very good. Then he has when a hero uses a skill for his commandment, by the way, when a hero uses a skill, it removes 1 buff on the hero, applies to all allies and enemies, activates when entering battle. So I believe that this is only PvP, which is fine. A lot of the commandments are basically only PvP. Also, side note, Skull and Hottie, this darkness debuff does work on the white wolf. It does not work on the black wolf, I believe, because it's like darkness, I assume is why they're doing that. I wish it was the other way around, because the dark wolf is like the main problem for me every time I do wolves, because he does so much damage. He's still super tanky, even though the white one is tankier, but the white one doesn't do terrible amount of damage. Like it's like, that hurt. But like the black one, the AoE resonance just slaps my booty cheeks every time, so I'm kind of sad. But he could definitely be a pretty good DPS for it if you don't have Trader Melee, maybe. I'm not too sure. Probably going to need some testing, but I think he could definitely be a solid unit for wolves. Just a little side note. I thought he was completely immune to the darkness effect, but they aren't. And then his first attack card, which is probably his best card, inflicts Dark Leap damage equal to 500% of attack on 1 enemy. Dark Leap is plus 50% damage for every darkness applied on the target. So you can get up to plus 200% damage because of the darkness, and then they also take an extra 200% because of the darkness, I do believe. I think, right? No, so it's an extra 50%, and then with this, so it's like an extra 250%, I think. I don't know, it's gonna be some weird janky math. Either way, a lot of unga bunga damage. And then he has a flood card, which flood inflicts flood damage equal to 500% of attack on 1 enemy. This card is good, not insane. The one flood is probably really, really bad because, you know, bad stats. I can't remember the Estarossa stats, but I'm assuming it's much better than the ones. He had about 66.8 KCC with HP defense, so if he gets a Holy Relic, he would be higher than the one, so they're better stats already, just from like the first like glance at them. So flood card pretty boring, but then his ultimate, this is the... I hate festival ultimates because they scale in every single aspect of the card. Not just like the turns it is, but it's the amount of the stat reduction or something, and then the damage as well, and the actual like effect. It's way too much. It's too much. You need this unit probably at least 3.6. Maybe the 1.6 ult will be good. I don't know. Obviously, we'll have to play test. But at first glance, it doesn't look like 1.6 will be all that great. But who knows? Maybe it could be. Obviously, we don't know. We've only seen 6.6 where it did 3 million damage. But yeah, if you can 6.6 this unit, he's going to be an absolute powerhouse for his ultimate. You might not even need his ultimate, kind of like Purgatory Bond, where his detonate cards just carry him through the game, even if you don't have a maxed out Bond, which I think is a good thing. I don't think you should have to have a 6.6 unit in order to do well. But his ultimate, at 1 out of 6, decreases all enemies' attack by 20% for 3 turns and inflicts resonance damage equal to 380% of attack on all enemies. Resonance plus 5% damage for every buff, debuff, and stance on the target. At 3 out of 6, decreases all enemies' attack and defense by 20% for 3 turns and inflicts resonance damage equal to 450% of attack on all enemies. Resonance is plus 15% for every buff, debuff, and stance on the target. And then 6 out of 6, decreases all enemies' basic stats by 30% for 3 turns and inflicts resonance damage equal to 570% of attack on all enemies. Resonance plus 40% damage for every buff, debuff, and stance on the target. Now, I don't know if the resonance applies before, or the decrease. So I assume it's like Trader Melee, because when you ult, it it applies the debuff first, like the damage down and whatnot. So I assume you would apply it first, and then the resonance will absolutely plow people. Like, it would destroy. That's what I was assuming. So yeah, very, very good unit. If you get him 3.6, I think you're set. Like, it's not too big of a CC loss as well. But this is the point where I think free-to-plays kind of have to just dip at 1.6, if anything, because you have to remember there's going to be a Zeldris in about 2 weeks' time on JP. So once we get Estarossa on Global, we'll have to wait 1 more week to see what the Zeldris does, and it's going to be a 600 gem banner, not a festival unit. But they could definitely slap Red Tarmiel on that banner to make this banner seem, because they can make Zeldris a support, which less people would summon on because it's not a big DPS. So S is a DPS, have a terrible banner. Zeldris is a support with a better banner, saying, because I guess Diane can't be on it, never mind, because it's not a fest banner, but they could have Zeldris, Tarmiel, Red Tarmiel, Green Sariel. Like, I think a lot of people were really banking on him being in here, which he should have been. They did not put him in tickets even though it's been exactly 3 months, which, what the hell, Netmarble? What are you doing? Just drop him in the ticket already. Be nice and be consistent. If you're not consistent, your player base is going to hate you. I don't understand. If you would have just said, hey, these units are very broken, so we're going to make it where they only come back every 3 months, then boom. That's what they should have said when Sariel dropped. But then it was just like 3 months of silence, and then they just randomly added Sariel. And now it's 3 months, and Tarmiel's not being added in the banner. I think it's very stupid of them. They need to fix that. Also, side note, Estarossa is not rated up. He is 0.25, just like every other festival on the banner. I don't know why this image says higher rate. Keep that in mind. But yeah, a very bad filler pool. Outside of the festivals and Melascula and then Sariel, Ludo, and Tarmiel being links, everyone is pretty much useless. Like, Chandler is alright, but I've never seen any use for him. Drill with Relic is apparently pretty good. I've seen him work, but that's with Relic. Glox is alright. I like Glocks, but even I know that sometimes it's very iffy using him. That's why he's not really meta. But yeah, the main unit you want is Estarossa. People ran Assault Melee with the Estarossa, but I don't really like it. I think it's weird. Like, why not just run like Sigurd? Because I think he counts as a demon, would he not? I think. I'm not too sure. But either way, I think most players should go 1 out of 6 at the very least, because he can still control the game with his cards. You don't necessarily need ult. Wait to see a free-to-play use him. I wish Nagato would do a 1 out of 6 showcase, but unfortunately, Netmarble made it to where if you want to SA6 a unit, you want to get them 6/6, so it's cheaper. I hate that. I would love to do a 1/6 showcase on some units, but I don't want to waste an extra 40 SA coins. It's ridiculous. It's so expensive. Yeah, I don't know. I wish I could just change my ultimate. You know, it's like, hey, I want to use this unit at 1/6 in PvP. See if it works. Let me just slide his ultimate down to 1/6. I don't know. Anyways, that's about it. Not much coming with this update, to be honest. I think we're getting a new story mode. So 30 gems. We're getting some login rewards, which gives us some more gems. Do we get some tomorrow? Perfect. Day 1 we get 30 gems. We get story 30 gems, so that's really good. We get a free multi as well if you clear event boss 3 times, reach level 50 in Hawk event, which will probably take a little bit. Clear Fort Sorgus event dungeon 2 times, exchange 5 times, and pull in Gacha banner 3 times. So yeah, in my opinion, just for clarification, I think most people should at least wait till Zelda drops for free to plays, and then decide if you want to summon, because he could definitely have a better banner. He might even be better. Who knows? Who knows? It is a festival, though, so I kind of doubt it. But, yeah, if anything, just wait till Zelda drops, and if you don't like Zelda more than Estarossa, then summon an Estarossa, because he is going to be a banger. I can't lie. He is pretty squishy, though, but maybe with all the stat boosts, he'll be great. So, take care. Peace out. Hope you guys have an absolutely amazing day, and good luck on your summons if you decide to summon. Peace.